Hello. So tonight I'm going to show you what you need to do to complete this assignment, which is the dialogue assignment. This is an assignment that you're going to do while you are reading or after you've read. So the textbook talks a lot about the literary elements that are in each of the stories that you read. The literary element for this particular act of the play is the literary element of dialogue. And the most important thing is to look at what the author, or the playwright in this case, is doing when he or she uses dialogue. So I want you to look for that in the stories, and I want you to focus on the pink highlights when you do that, because that's what the dialogue literary element is. So here is the first instance of pink highlighting, and this is on page 1034 in the textbook. And you'll notice it starts here. It says, Abigail says, Betty. She goes to Betty. Now, Betty, dear, wake up now. It's Abigail. She sits Betty up and furiously shakes her. I'll beat you, Betty. Betty whimpers. My, you seem improving. I talked to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing to. And if you scroll down, you see dialogue. And here's the question. How might the actress playing Abigail make these lines particularly effective? Well, so I'm looking at these lines and I'm seeing a lot of direction in the stage directions. So first she's going to go to Betty. So in other words, she's going to walk over to her bed. And then the next thing says she sits Betty up. So she's got to pick her up in a sense and shake her, furiously shake her. And at that point she threatens her, I'll beat you, Betty. And then Betty starts whimpering. And then her voice is going to change, and she's going, my, you seem improving. So clearly the fact that she has threatened her has made Betty get better all of a sudden. So the actress playing Abigail, in order to make them effective, has to really work on her voice and her mannerisms and her actions. So now that I've sort of talked my way through that, the next thing that I have to do is go to my journal. Well, I don't have a journal here to show you, so I'm going to open up Microsoft Word, and I'm going to pretend this is my page in the journal. And so I'm going to write number 1, and then I'm going to write the question down. The question here is, how might the actress playing Abigail make these lines particularly effective? How might the actress playing Abigail make these lines particularly effective? And that's a question. So now I'm going to answer it. Get rid of my thing. In order to make lines effective, the actress has to be very particular about her actions and her words, the tone of her words. The actress should be very threatening to Betty, should shake her quite a bit, because Abigail is worried that they will be accused of witchcraft if Betty doesn't wake up and act normal again. So this is sort of telling, giving an answer that tells what the actress should be doing and why she should be doing it. So that's really all you have to do. So you would leave this in your journal, and then you would go on to number 2. And you would do number 2 next. In order to do that, you're going to have to go back to the textbook. And if you're reading, you're all set. You just keep reading until you come up with another pink, and the next one is on the next page. It's Abigail says, ugh, I'd almost forgot how strong you are, John Proctor. And the question is, what do the other girls call Proctor? How does Abigail's use of his first name help define their relationship? Well, even if I didn't know anything about what's going on between the two of them, you would know that all the rest of the girls call him Mr. Proctor, while Abigail calls him John Proctor. So clearly she knows him a bit better. We know that they've had an affair because we've read a little bit further than that at this point in the story, but the fact that she's also commenting on how strong he is and that she'd almost forgot shows that they had a relationship of some kind in the past that was definitely closer than any of the other girls. And considering she's a girl, it's quite strange, especially during this time period, for her to be calling him by his first name. So clearly something is not quite right here. So the fact that the playwright particularly chooses to have Abigail call him John Proctor, and what she says tells us that. So again, I've talked my way through that. I'm going to come over here and write the question, and then I'm going to write my answer, and then I will move on. So that's pretty much it. That's all you need to do for the dialogue discussions, to prepare for the dialogue discussions. And then when I come and see you, which I will do with everybody, I will ask you about one of these and ask you to explain it to me. Good luck.